Should only gay people play gay characters?
I'd have them all lined up, nappy changing, bam, 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 bottle feeding, bam, 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 bam.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexis Blake.
And I'm Liam Blake.
And welcome to episode 4 of our podcast, The Blake,
Blake
Debate. Woo! I don't know why I do that. Why do I do woo?
Because it's exciting, because we were a month in, we're 4 weeks down.
I know, and we're still going. You're
and
still
we've still got things to talk about.
Well, what are we talking about today?
So today we're going to talk about LGBT casting in games and movies and art in general. And the question is, should a gay character on a TV show or a film or in a game be played exclusively by a gay character? A gay person. Same for
trans and so on and so on.
Same for trans, same for non-binary, anything like that. But basically, an actor who's portraying a character on screen, should they be the same sexuality?
I want one word answer. Right now, rapid fire. Do you think that's true? Should only gay people play gay characters?
No.
Oh
no, absolutely
well,
not. And
we have a lot to unpick.
We're gonna have a little. We're gonna talk about why.
Absolutely. So let's give some examples of the no.
Okay.
So can you think of an example of a movie or TV show where there's been gay characters but they weren't played by gay people?
Yes. So what's his name from the bad guy from Fast and Furious 6?
I don't know.
The guy, you do the guy that was in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, Gaston.
Yeah.
I don't know his real name though.
We'll Google his name now.
Sorry, he's a really good actor.
We Googled it.
What's his name?
Luke Evans. So Luke Evans.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Luke Evans is gay in real life, but he's always played straight characters. The only character he's played on screen that was gay is in the Nicole Kidman film we watched on the island.
No, that was a series. That was really good. That
sorry, yeah.
By the way, guys, just don't look at my nails. I'm gonna sit like this. I've had them done today, and it's just gone wrong. So we're just gonna hide our hands behind our back for the rest of the podcast.
Your 9-year-old Barbie nails.
I told him to do whatever he wanted,
well,
and this was what he chose.
He did do whatever he wanted, didn't he?
Bless him. He was so proud and happy with it. They're beautiful. They're just not my style. They're just a little bit.
They're really good. No, they are really nice and good quality, but they do look like they were taken out of a £1 nail packet that's stuck on with it looks like Velcro. I bet if I pulled that, it'd just tear off, wouldn't it?
Oh, bless it. Anyway, moving on. Do you know what? One thing I am thinking about is trans characters played, because I think there's like so much taboo. We do have some statistics. I did do an Instagram poll as well that I want to get into in a moment. But I did ask on my Instagram, do people think that only trans people should play trans characters? And the answer was very different to what I thought. But going back to an example I was just going to talk about, there's a couple really. The first one that comes to mind is The Danish Girl. Amazing film.
Eddie Redmayne, yeah.
Incredible movie. And I, as a trans woman, have no qualms around him, I believe he's a straight man, playing a trans woman. And do you know why? Because he plays that role incredibly. Like, it's phenomenal. Like, it's next level out of this world. And I know what you're going to say in a minute, but he was right for that role, and that's why he got it, and that's why he played that role. It's an incredible film if you've never seen it, about one of the first trans women to medically transition. I'll not spoil it, actually.
No, yeah.
I'll not spoil it, but it's an amazing movie. But he was perfect for it.
He was perfect for it, and the reason he was perfect for it is because when they were looking for the person to fill the role, they would have auditioned for it, and multiple people would have gone to the auditions, and he obviously got the part. This is why I don't believe that these roles should exclusively go to people with sexualities that align with the characters. Is the whole point of being an actor is to have the talent to be able to portray another character, another fiction or fact.
Well, it's acting.
Well, yeah, it's acting, but it's about bringing a believability to the role that you're playing. It shouldn't matter what sexuality you are in real life, because the whole point of having talent of acting is being able to is to make people believe that you are something that really you're not.
Devil's advocate, though. So yeah, I agree, but I just asking a question.
Like James Bond, yeah? So when Daniel Craig becomes, a spy and he's running around kicking backsides and stuff, he don't do that in real life, but we believe that he is a spy.
Because it's acting.
Because it's acting.
But as playing devil's advocate here, just for the flip side of the argument, so fair enough, if you can play a gay role, do we not think that means those roles, those select few roles, because let's face it, there's not a great deal, there is some representation for LGBT characters, but there's not a great deal. So do you not think that because some straight people are playing those gay roles, there is less gay roles for actual gay people to be playing? Thank you. So you don't think it's unfair that those roles are getting taken away from gay people?
Well, who says they're getting taken away?
Well, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just posing a question.
I mean, in the media, in games, in films, in Hollywood in general, you know, you have films like John Wick that have...
I love John Wick.
Keanu Reeves, excellent. But those films are, you know, generally speaking, a straight man who's playing the role. Keanu Reeves is, you know, his wife, unfortunately, in the story is dead. Generally, in these kind of films, the main protagonist is not a gay male.
No.
Or a trans male or a lesbian or whatever.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it might be down to the whole...
I think
they're scared. I think they're scared.
Yeah,
sales and figures, and I just think like...
I think it's because...
They don't think it'd sell as well.
Yeah, to some people, they wouldn't care.
No.
But to some people, it would bother them, and then that would stop them watching it. Do you remember when we watched... Was it Last of Us?
Yeah.
And then there was that gay couple, and there was all the uproar about there being a gay couple in it, because it was quite a... It's a masculine series,
It was very romantic. And,
which people
it was a beautiful story, and then obviously somebody watching that show from all the monsters and the shooting and it was quite a masculine, energized show in that respect. Yeah. So people were took off guard with that episode.
When it came out,
I don't want to watch this gay stuff, right?
I love the impression, babe.
It's all right. It was beautifully done, and it was done in a way that wasn't shoehorned in. It wasn't like
it wasn't in your face as well.
It wasn't in your face. It was just two men that were in love.
So,
and I think if they did it like that, if they represented it in a way that was natural, like superhero films, like Iron Man, you know, defeating all the enemies and flying home to his husband.
That would be insane.
That'd be awesome.
I would be the first.
How cool would that be? He just goes in, hi babe, gives him a kiss, they make dinner, have dinner, and then that's it. It's not made a big thing about. And like Captain Marvel,
he makes me watch all these films.
She, I think she ended up having a big lesbian following because you know
she's beautiful with the short hair. Which, beautiful.
Brie Larson.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, eventually, there are characters in the comics that are gay, right? There are characters in DC and in Marvel that are gay or bisexual or whatever. But in the movies, in Hollywood, in front of you, there's not a lot of representation right now.
It's very, very small. Do you know one character that she was played by a biological woman, but it was, I don't have any anger about it because she was playing a trans woman, and it was in the TV show Ugly Betty. So there was a character, he was a guy, he disappeared, came back, they had transitioned, and he was played by a biological woman. And ironically, her name was Alexis. And I did find the name Alexis through watching Schitt's Creek, if you've never seen it, an incredible TV show. But also the first time I saw and heard the name Alexis was from Ugly Betty. And it was because she was a trans woman and she was beautiful. And I didn't care that she wasn't played by a trans woman. Is it great if a trans woman's playing the role? Absolutely. Could they bring maybe more layers, more lived experiences? Possibly. But it shouldn't be exclusively that, because then you could say, well, with straight roles, should they only be... They're just playing devil's advocate here.
Well, actually, you mentioning that,
played by straight men.
We'll watch this little clip from Good Morning Britain. And it's Piers Morgan, love him or hate him. Piers Morgan,
depends on the day,
and there's a couple of guys that are in the debate. One of them's for anyone playing anyone, and then the other guy, he basically says at the beginning, he says it should be okay for gay people to play straight roles, but not the other way around. Which is
why though?
Yeah, which is a bit strange. But
I
anyway,
think that's unfair.
We'll watch the clip.
Right. Behind TV hits such as Queer as Folk and Doctor Who says straight actors should not play gay characters.
Yes, the comments from the screenwriter Russell T Davies come after James Corden was criticised for his portrayal of a gay character in his new film, The Prom. Well, joining us now, star of stage and screen Christopher Biggins and journalist Benjamin Butterworth to discuss whether only gay actors should play gay characters.
Right, Benjamin, first question. What is an actor?
Well, an actor is someone who plays something else. Who portrays a role that's been written fictionally.
Okay, good. We've established we can all agree on that. Second question. Should straight roles in movies and television only be played by straight actors?
No, and I don't accept that that's the same as the reverse.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, I didn't expect you to. I just want to establish some ground rules that we can all agree on. Christopher Biggins, you've been in the thespian world for a long time. Good morning to you. You've been in the thespian world a long time. Given that acting is about playing other roles and other parts and other people, and given that we all agree it would be ridiculous if only straight people played straight parts, what do you make of this debate?
Ridiculous.
The opportunities should be level playing field for everybody. But then it should come down to ability, not sexuality. And I'll just give you some examples in the papers today, because James Dreyfus, who played gay characters in some 90s comedies. He doesn't think sexuality has anything to do with an actor's ability, as he puts it, to convince and amaze. And there are some examples, aren't there? Colin Firth and Stanley Tucci in Supernova, two straight guys playing gay men. You had Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer in Call Me By Your Name, straight men playing gay roles. Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain. Now, what made these performances memorable was the brilliance and quality of the acting. Nothing to do with their sexuality.
But Ben Butterworth, could gay actors have made those parts even
better? The final point I was going to make on it, and I'll let Ben answer. You know, I remember the impact that Tom Hanks had with Philadelphia. And he had it because he was Tom Hanks. And he gave an absolutely brilliant performance that then did so much to shine a light on HIV, on AIDS, and really made a difference. Would a lesser-known actor who got the role purely because of his sexuality and happened to be gay, would they have had the same impact?
But look, I think we've moved beyond that. Of course, at that stage, the idea of having a story of that nature told on the silver screen was itself a radical act. But now what I'm saying is that gay actors who have this lived experience, who have the authenticity of having been through it, for example, with Russell T Davies' programs about HIV, you know, some of those actors will have been around to know what that's like. And it brings that added dimension. And I think that's what makes it so much more powerful. Take, for example, Rami Malek in the Bohemian Rhapsody of Freddie Mercury's life. Now, he is a straight man playing one of the most famous gay people who had HIV. That film almost totally skipped over the fact that he had HIV and died.
Down to Rami Malek. I don't get that argument. Rami Malek didn't write the script. He didn't write the script for that movie.
No.
Christopher Biggins.
Okay, drama. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it how I see it. He's wrong.
Yeah, I don't
agree with him at all.
No.
Like,
you can't have one and not the other.
You can't have one and not the other. And then I do kind of get his argument about how gay people have the lived experiences and XYZ, but acting is about playing a character. It's about acting. If you have a serial killer, I'm pretty sure people who play serial killers in films aren't serial killers.
Exactly.
It's about doing research and method acting.
Yeah, method acting, learning all about the character you're about to play. And going back to, some people believe, again, that a gay character should only be played by gay people and trans and whatnot. I'm gonna put something forward to you, right? Because if that's the logic, if we should only have characters playing other characters that are the same sexuality, right? I've got a bit of a head scratcher. So if you take Brokeback Mountain, for all intents and purposes, at the beginning, those two main characters are straight men that have got wives, right?
Seemingly straight men.
Again, for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
Straight men. Yeah. So while they are the straight men, they're currently being played by straight men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the two actors are straight.
I can see where you're going now. Yeah.
However, they start to go on fishing trips together and they end up falling in love gradually, and they're gay now. They're apparently gay now, right? When their sexuality changes, should the actors change playing them?
Absolutely. Kidding, obviously. No, can you imagine? Just a different guy.
This is what I mean, though. If people only want gay people playing gay characters, how do you navigate somebody?
Gay men pretending to be straight.
But then you've got a gay person.
Oh my gosh, my brain.
You've got a gay person acting straight.
No, I get it.
And then it's the opposite, isn't it? It's.
And then you've also got the thing like when you look at like Neil Patrick Harris, there's so many gay men who play straight incredibly well, and it's because they're right for the part. And then also you got to look at things like the name. So like The Danish Girl, to find a trans woman to play that role, and he starts off as a man.
At the time that it was released as well.
Yeah, starts off as a man, and then during the film he transitions, and at the end of the film he's transitioned, to find a trans woman who's not started her transition yet, because film it as she transitions in real time, which takes years. Yeah, it's a lot, and also his name is a big name.
It's a big name,
and it sells the movie.
And not only that though, if you go the opposite and you go, right, I tell you what, we'll get a trans woman that has fully transitioned, and get her to play the role, but then you're asking a trans woman to play a role of a man,
and that's be really hard to do.
To start at the beginning, and again, method acting, and I'm sure there'll be people out there that'd be happy to do that. But when you've got a story to tell, depending on how big big of an impact, depending whether it's a B movie, a C movie, a AAA blockbuster. The producers, the marketing, the everything, they have an expectations of sales. Something like your Lord of the Rings, your Spider-Mans, things like that. They're not going to put a no-name actor in a lead role.
No, they'd always put someone who you know, of course, yeah.
And because obviously it's a bankable actor.
One good example of a cast where it is all those people that play that part is Pose. I don't know if you've seen it.
TV show Pose,
it's incredible. It's like the biggest trans cast that there is, and there's so many trans women in it, and it's beautiful. And maybe they brought some dimension to those roles because of those lived experiences. But
absolutely,
it's set in the 80s?
Yeah, 80s, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of those trans women in that show aren't old enough to remember being like in the 20s and the 80s, because obviously it was filmed years apart. So they're acting about living through the HIV and AIDS crisis. They didn't really live that. They've learnt about that through school and life and everything, but they play that amazingly, and that's because they're acting. So yes, them being trans in it is great, and I love that aspect, but they're just playing characters.
I don't believe, if you have two actors, one's gay, one's straight, they're both 30 years old, and they're both going for an audition to play a gay man in the 80s, 70s, 80s, during the AIDS epidemic. I don't believe automatically the gay actor should get the role because he's gay. And yes,
you give the job to the person who's the best.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, just because he's gay doesn't automatically give him more experience with that role, because like you just mentioned then about the age thing, he's not, you know, if he's 35, he's not old enough to have lived through that stage of a gay person's experience. So, yes, he's gay, but it doesn't mean he's got a better experience.
Well, like that guy on the Piers Morgan show, he started talking about Rami Malek and how Freddie Mercury was one of the most famous gay people to get HIV and AIDS and unfortunately passed away from it.
And that guy in that clip says that he completely skipped over the whole HIV side of the story. But in the day, he turned up and did his acting. He did his job.
He was incredible in that movie,
and it's a fantastic movie. But whether or not the HIV part of it was covered over or swept over, that's not down to him. That was down to the script, the producers, the directors.
It was in the story.
It was, but I know what he's saying though. He's saying it wasn't a key part to it, which it should have been, because it was a big part of it.
Yeah, I get that, but the movie's about Queen and the band and the music and their rise to where they were.
I can see where he's coming from. It was, if you watch the movie...
I think it's enough, like how they... Because it's a really sad part of his... It's an awful part.
Yeah.
And it's the end of his life, and it's so tragic. Like, the main part of the movie is the rise of Queen and where they came from, their music, and celebrating that.
But whether or not they did or didn't skip over it, you can agree that it's not in his hands.
No,
he's just turning
he's
up.
an actor.
He's an actor.
Actors don't
it's
really
not
have
his
much
fault,
say.
You know, and that's down to the studios.
Can I give you some statistics? Because I put out some polls on Instagram because I was really interested what other people thought, what you guys thought, because I was under the illusion that we were going to get one answer, and the answers that we got were the opposite, which really surprised me. So let me get my statistics.
Yeah, where you thought would be high was low and low was high.
Basically, yeah. So, with the statistic that I asked on Instagram, should straight actors play gay characters?
Yes.
Is that okay? 81%
Absolutely.
of people said yes, which surprised me.
Well, that's still 19% that said no.
I know, which is fair enough. Everyone's valid to their own opinion, obviously. But I thought it was going to be the other way. I thought more people would say, no, straight people should not be playing gay characters. And then I also asked, should only trans people play trans characters? And this one was more closer, if that makes sense. So 32% of people said yes, only trans people should play trans characters. And 68% said no, you don't have to be trans to play a trans character. So it's a little bit closer, but still... I agree. I don't think you should be trans to play a trans character, or you should be gay to play a gay character, and so on and so on. But it surprised me because I thought more people would be inclined to say you have to be gay to play a gay role. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I don't know why I thought that in my head. It's like my presumption, I guess, and I was wrong, so that surprised me.
Assumption. Assumption?
My assumption? Assuming?
Assumption? I don't know.
I don't know. I am really interested. What do you guys think? Do you think that you should be gay to play a gay role? Do you think that it will change how you play the role? Do you think that'd be better if they were gay, playing a gay role? And same for trans as well. Let us know what you think below, because I'm really interested to see what everyone thinks. I think it's such an interesting topic. Babe, you didn't tell me my bra straps. Has that been out the whole time?
I have no idea. I'm not really paying attention. So, right, we're at that part of the show.
Which part?
Is it called a show?
Is it
a show?
Podcast show?
We're at that part of the podcast where we answer questions from you guys.
Let's do it.
Okay, I've picked out a couple of questions. So, question 1. Mm-hmm. It's from Brianna Dawn.
Hello.
And they say, "Hi Alexis, it's Brianna. Loved the podcast.
Thank you.
I find it intriguing that Liam is like totally tattooed and you appear to have none that shows. Do you have tattoos yourself?"
I do. I have like 5 tattoos, but I don't like most of them because I got them when I was really young and some of them are gross. And one of them I Google translated into Arabic and it doesn't mean what I thought it meant. And it's really bad. So my tattoo's that good.
We'll stick some photos up. Just of the tattoos?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
We'll stick a few photos up of tattoos.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, we will.
They're really bad.
We will. Right, question 2 is from Maria Mosley. Mm-hmm. And they say, "Where is your favourite place to holiday in England and why? Where would you recommend a tourist visit that's off the usual list of attractions?"
York.
Yes, York is beautiful.
Beautiful, historical, amazing, great city. Not too busy, not too big.
It's just full of loads of quirky little shops.
Gorgeous.
Some of the buildings are hundreds and
hundreds
hundreds of years old.
Amazing. That's my recommendation.
I proposed to you in York, didn't I?
You did.
And you went to uni there as well.
I did.
And we was literally there last week.
We
love it. We love it. Yep, absolutely love it.
Do you have a place?
Another place I would recommend if you can, and they're not just one of them. There's quite a few over the UK, but Centre Parks. So I'd never been, had I? And
no.
Mutual friends of ours, they were staying over there for the weekend, and they invited us over to stay. And it was during Christmas as well, so it was so magical.
It's like lodges in like the forest, and there's outdoor activities.
Yeah, there's like
really good.
Biking, quadding, archery. There's all
Amazing.
sorts, but it's a holiday in the middle of the woods. But like you said, you're in cabins. They've got a huge swimming area, but it's all indoor heating. So even though you're outside, you're indoors, and there's an outside pool that's hot. Yeah, if you can get to go to Centre Parks,
it's really good.
Definitely. Right, question 3.
Yes.
Question 3 is from Diana Robbie 57.
Hello.
And they say, "Have you any plans for children? I think you would make awesome parents."
Thank you.
Thank you.
We kind of have a plan. Like, we both want kids. We've always wanted kids since we met. I've always wanted kids. I want to be a mom, which is cool to say. Obviously, biologically, it's not going to happen.
I can't wait to be a cool dad.
You'll be a very cool dad. We'll adopt, but it's a couple of years away yet. We're not quite there. I don't think you're ever there, are you?
No, I don't think anyone's ever planned for it, but we are so busy at the moment. I've got 3 jobs. You've got two jobs effectively.
Yeah. We're not
we've got
married
a house
yet.
to
We wanted to get married
first.
first.
We're renovating the house. We've got social events to go to friends and family. It's just
us
so busy at the moment, isn't it? Like,
3 years?
Yeah, 2-3 years. Well,
that's getting shorter.
If money was no object, right? Make no mistake. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I would literally be like all guns blazing. Let's go get kids. Like, because I can't wait for kids. 10 kids. If money was no object and I had millions of pounds, I would just be a stay-at-home dad with all the kids. I'd have them all lined up, nappy changing, bam, 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 bottle feeding, bam, 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 bam. And I just have like a huge sofa where I've got like 5 of my kids here and 5 of my kids here, and just in one big happy.
They're not dogs.
Can't wait. I'm not. No, they're not dogs. But I'm so paternal.
I think you are, and it's beautiful, and I love it.
Thank you.
But I think having kids is maybe a little bit harder than what you're expecting.
I know, but this is why I'm saying if I had all this money, like if I was just rich.
2. I think 2.
Yeah, I think maybe 4.
Or 2.
Or 4.
Maybe we could meet in the middle at 2.
That's not the middle, is it? 3.
Well, we can't say 2.5.
Well, that's the average, isn't it?
2.
But
2.
yeah, no, absolutely want kids. Obviously, because we have to adopt, it's not just an easy
like that. It takes like a year or two, so we probably need to start the process in like a year's time.
Yeah, they comb over your life with a tooth comb.
Everything, yeah, which rightly so, to make sure the kids go to the best home.
I agree it's right for them to do that, but on the other side of it, it's man and a woman that are together can choose to have a baby when they please.
I know.
Choose,
and they don't have to be interviewed.
And they don't have to be interviewed for it. They don't have to have all these things, and they're no better or worse off prepared than we are. But I do get that you can't just go get a kid.
In some arguments,
like,
though, a couple who
hi, can I buy a kid, please?
You don't.
Well, not buy a kid, but you know what I mean.
In one argument,
take this one.
Anyone who adopts some would say more prepared because they have thought about it. It's not. There's no accidents involved. It's just. Do you know what I mean? Anyway,
yeah.
We're going to adopt one day.
That's the whole.
That's the whole conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Let's close it there.
Yes, we do want kids. Can't wait.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, episode 4 of the Blake debate. Should gay people play only gay characters? And our answer is no. Let us know, like I said, what you think below.
If you do like this kind of content,
please like and subscribe.
And we will see you guys in the next one.
That was so smooth. Well done, baby. Bye.